Hello Pokemon trainers, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Battle Stadium singles video here on iStarly TV. This is part of my Road to Master series where I try to climb the online ranked Battle Stadium singles ladder. And welcome back, we are kinda near the end of November, which means near the end of this season. Next month will be the same rule set, but a new season, and then I believe January is when we are actually going back to the old rule set with the legends, the restricted legends. So get ready to see more Koraidon and Ho-Oh and all of those Pokemon. I know I did a good number of battles in that rule set. We'll see. I might go back to it, you know, with this new upcoming one in January. But we'll see. But either way, we have a couple months or a month and like a couple weeks left of Regulation H, which has been a lot of fun. I've been really liking it. I've been appreciating it. Sure, you see a lot of the same Pokemon over and over, but you know, it's something different at least than what we had. But anyways, let's get to the team. We have a new team today. This team is centered around Alolan Ninetales, which of course is a very good Pokemon in this current meta. I think it's in the top 10, if not in the top 10, and definitely in the top 15 most used Pokemon, and for good reason. It's a great Pokemon. It's really fast, and most notably what it does is set up the snow with snow warning, and then it can set up Aurora Veil, which gives all of your teammates basically effectively boosted defenses, which allows them to take hits really, really well. And like I said, this team is largely built around Ninetales. This is actually my first time using it, I think, in Scarlet Violet, I think, maybe? But either way. So typically we're going to be wanting to lead with Ninetales, set up Aurora Veil, and then basically just try to die at that point. Either, you know, spam Blizzard, spam Freeze Dry against water types, or click Icy Wind against Pokemon that are faster than us. Ninetales is also faster than a lot of the meta, so that's pretty nice. And then I have Weakness Policy Archaludon. So Archaludon is already a really tanky Pokemon, just a really great Pokemon all around. And now it has, with Weakness Policy, it can boost its special attack even further with Flash Cannon. Sorry, I have Snarl there. I actually updated it with Dark Pulse. I'm going to have to make sure to update the team code. So I'll probably edit that over this. So ignore that if you see, if I'm talking, whatever. I'll just edit over that. Because right now I'm looking at the team with my Archaludon has Snarl, and I meant to give it Dark Pulse, but since then I have made the Dark Pulse TM, and I taught it Dark Pulse, so I just need to update that if you're not seeing that appropriately. Either way, we have Sinistcha, which is another Pokemon that I've been really liking in this meta. I think it's pretty cool. Annihilape's just another good Pokemon. I tried to use just Pokemon that are just really good on their own, but also could really benefit from the Aurora Veil, as you see here. And then the one Pokemon that I'm using that's kind of a little bit unconventional, at least for me, is the Corviknight. I mean, I've used a lot of Corviknight, but this is like not a Iron Defense Body Press Corviknight, which is all I ever use on Corviknight. It's more of just a purely tanky Corviknight with U-turn, Body Press, and also Taunt. A goal for the Corviknight is to use it in cases where the opponent might lead with something that's faster than Ninetales, like for example Meowscarada, which is a Pokemon that I find to be pretty annoying to deal with. Although at the same time, Meowscarada does die to Ninetales, so maybe they wouldn't want to lead with it. But either way, Corviknight, I haven't really used this build of Corviknight, so I'm a little worried to see how it goes, because my biggest concern is that it just doesn't have that much damage. And sure, you know, not every Pokemon is meant to do damage, but I don't know, I'm just used to using Corviknight with Iron Defense and Body Press and just doing a lot of damage with the Body Press. But we'll see how this goes. It's also Terra Dragon, which complements that Steel and Flying typing really well. Corviknight, of course, is weak to Fire and Electric, which Dragon resists. So there's the team right there. I'm going to go ahead and fix the moves on Archaludon, but aside from that, let's get to the games. Game number 1. Wow, my opponent's team is really interesting. They have Pignite, which is a word that I don't know that I've ever said out loud. Alomomola as well. Alomomola is annoying, but I've said it before. It doesn't feel that great to me. Like, it just doesn't do that much damage. Bronzong can also be pretty annoying. I'm not exactly sure what that'll do. It could have Trick Room, it could have Gyro Ball, it could have Gravity, just weird stuff like that. They do indeed have the Meowscarada, but like I said, I actually think I might be okay just leading Ninetales against that. Although if they have Flower Trick, that will always crit, so that could be a problem. I think I lead Ninetales. I do like Baxcalibur. Baxcalibur actually seems decent, although they do have Gallade with a fighting type stab, and then also Ursaluna could do some massive special attack damage, but we're going to try it like that. And I think I'm going to bring Sinistcha as well. I mean, my opponent's team is so, I guess we'll say unconventional, that it might be a chance where Sinistcha can shine. So let's see how this goes. And like I said, I like Sinistcha a lot. I think it's actually a pretty solid Pokemon in the meta. The funny thing is, I actually don't see... Oh, by the way, I updated my picture, which is awesome. I actually don't see as much Dragonite. Maybe I just don't play as much. But anyways, they do lead Meowscarada. Not super surprising here. I get a defense boost with the Hail, and I also have super effective moves against them, so I'm not exactly sure what they're trying to do here. I'm going to Icy Wind first, because if they kill me, they're going to kill me anyway, whether I go Aurora Veil or not. And if they don't kill me, we lower their speed, and then the following turn we can just go ahead and Aurora Veil. They're actually Terra Fire, wow. They're going to get their Terra off right away, which of course is kind of scary if they go for Terra Blast, because that probably will just kill me. Yeah, they do go Terra Blast right off the bat. I don't think there's any chance I survive this, even though I have a defense boost from the snow. All right, that's a pretty rough start. I guess to be fair, you know, the Pokemon that I was talking about that helps me counter Meowscarada, Corviknight, would have actually struggled in this situation. So I guess I'm not that sad, because if I had brought Corviknight and switched in right there, it probably would have died and I would have been in a much worse position. But I go into Baxcalibur, which is actually a shiny that I hunted for somewhat recently. I'm just checking my speed here. I do believe after a Dragon Dance, I will outspeed them. I also might force them to switch here because they probably don't want to hit me with a fire type move, given my ability. And of course the snow is up, which naturally boosts my defense, even without the Aurora Veil. They're going to go right into Bronzong. That is a little bit annoying. That might force me to Terrastalize right here, unfortunately. But my opponent already Terrastalized, so it makes me feel a little bit less bad. Also, this means that if they have like Thunder Wave, they can't paralyze me. If they go for Gyro Ball right here, I resist it. So I do think there are a lot of reasons that Terrastalizing here is important for me. I actually, of course, do not have Earthquake, although, of course, Bronzong typically has Levitate, so let's see what happens. I don't know if this kills. I mean, Bronzong is super tanky, but even if it doesn't kill, like I was saying, I can't really think of too many things they could have that would be super scary here. That is going to be Trick, which probably will be, what is it, Lagging Tail? Yeah, of course it is. Alright, that's pretty rough, because now I'm going to be slower than everything, no matter what, but I can fire off a Terra Blast. I guess a scary situation here is if they go into Ursaluna. Is there ever a world where I go for... Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I was going to say, is there ever a world where I go for Icicle Spear, but I just felt like, you know, if I go Icicle Spear and they go into Meowscarada, then that's bad. If they stay in, that could be bad. It's possible I don't kill them if that's the case. So, I don't know, I just went for the safer Terra Blast. And even if they did go Ursaluna, I mean, it's possible we could stick it out, but now we're in a pretty rough spot because, yeah, they're going to go into this thing, which is going to have Earth Power. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and right off the bat just go for Icicle Spear. If they, like, set up or do something weird, yeah, this is probably going to kill me. It cleanly kills me. But I was going to say, like, if they kind of mess up here and we get a kill on Ursaluna, we're probably going to win this game. As it stands, honestly, the Terra Fire on Meowscarada was not exactly what I was expecting, although it makes a lot of sense. I don't really see a lot of Terra Fire Meowscarada, but really it makes perfect sense. Anyway, so we're going to go into Sinistcha. Now we have to kind of think about how we're going to play this. We know that they cannot Terrastalize, so let's start off with a Matcha Gotcha. We're going to be faster, I guess, and we miss. Oh no. I was going to say, I guess we could have gone for Calm Mind there, thinking, like, knowing that we're going to be faster, but that's actually really, really bad. Go Matcha Gotcha again. They cannot Blood Moon. They could Vacuum Wave, and we might die. Okay, that's not bad, not bad. Hopefully this does a lot. We really need this to do a lot of damage. Okay, cool. But whatever their next move is going to be, we're not going to enjoy taking it. And honestly, given that they have Meowscarada in the back, I don't think there's any way that we can kind of survive all of this. I could Strength Sap. No, that's not going to heal me enough. But at the same time... Does that mean they don't have Vacuum Move? Do they have leftovers? I don't think we can win this. If I Matcha Gotcha... it definitely kills them, but then, again, they go into Meowscarada, and then they kill me with the Terra Blast. I do have Heat Proof. Whatever. I don't want to overthink it. Oh, they do, in fact, have Vacuum Wave. Okay. Oh, and that just kills me. Sure. Sure. Okay. Yeah, that's rough. Although... I think things just lined up for the opponent. I don't think I necessarily played badly. I should have just calm-minded there. That was probably my biggest mistake. That was actually a huge mistake. I wasn't really thinking. I was kind of thinking too far ahead in my mind. I was thinking like, you know, what's going to happen in the next turns, like after Ursaluna, and my mind was kind of stuck on. At the same time, my mind was kind of stuck on the fact that my Actually, I don't know what I was thinking, honestly. I was just expecting that I would be slower or something like that. I have no idea why. I should not have thought that. I should have... If I had gone Calm Mind there, I very well could have won this battle. Although, of course, they do have Meowscarada in the back. The interesting thing is, I wonder if I... Because I have Heat Proof as an ability, which lets me take less damage from fire moves. If my opponent was smart and they know about Heat Proof, they would have just gone for a Dark type move, which I don't think I can survive no matter what. So maybe I would have lost no matter what. But yeah, that was a tough one to lose, honestly. Let's go to game 2. Game number 2. My opponent has interesting Pokemon again. They also have Meowscarada again, which I really do not like to see. I still think I just want to lead Ninetales though, and if I am leading Ninetales, I do like Baxcalibur once again. And Terra Electric Baxcalibur is better against Goldango. The problem here becomes Mimikyu. Do I just bring Corviknight? Actually, they have a lot of physical attackers. Corviknight's really good against all of their physical attackers, though it's very bad against both of their special attackers. So the question becomes, is my Baxcalibur enough to take down their special attackers? Now, here's the funny thing, actually, never mind. I was going to say, here's the funny thing, all of my moves are resisted by Rotom, but no, that's not true. I actually have Scale Shot, so Goldango is a problem there. Archaludon's another Pokemon that could be pretty decent here, especially with the stamina. It's kind of a risk. We're going to try it like this. I don't know. I mean... We have a lot of damage this way, and if things go well for us, obviously that plays really nicely, but I've said it before, Meowscarada is a scary Pokemon. Meowscarada is like a real threat. I also recently bred a shiny, so maybe I'll be featuring Meowscarada pretty soon. I just know that Meowscarada is a great Pokemon, so I've been trying to use Pokemon that are like lesser known. They actually lead the Dunsparce, which is kind of scary. I'm just gonna go right for the Veil, because that's what I'm meant to do. The problem is if they start like setting up. If they start setting up, this can be a real problem for me. Like if they set up like Amnesias or, I don't know, Body Slam and stuff. Although if they kill me, that's probably what I want. That looks funny. I'm just gonna go for... I might still be faster than them. I'm gonna start spamming Blizzards and just hope that they kill me. Because if they start setting up, this could be a real problem. Okay, I am faster, which is nice to know. And it does decent damage. I'll take that. They go Rocks now. That's pretty annoying. I definitely want to switch into one of my Pokemon as soon as I possibly can, but I also don't want them to get paralyzed. I guess something I could do is go into Baxcalibur at some point and then pull the Terra, so that I'm Terra Electric, which means they can't glare me. They can't glare me, right? Electric types cannot be paralyzed no matter what, right? Pretty sure. They go Rotom, which is going to resist the Blizzard, but it doesn't matter. I'm just going to go for Icy Wind. I'm just trying to die here. I really hope they just kill me. Rotom does, of course, get Nasty Plot now, so that could be a real problem. Yeah, the paralysis is actually a big problem. Because I might be missing some turns here. Well, of course, I just did. Okay, they Will-O-Wisp. Perfect. I mean, not perfect. I would prefer they just kill me here, but... that means they're probably going to go for Overheat. I'm just really trying to get Baxcalibur in safely, but... Oh, White Herb. Wow. Actually, that's good, because now when they go for Overheat, it's not going to be good for them. They're probably going to go Overheat now. I'm going to go Baxcalibur. Veil is still up. I don't know. Maybe this was a stupid play. I just want to get in Baxcalibur as soon as possible. If I had known and I would have switched in Baxcalibur the previous turn, the Will-O-Wisp would have boosted my attack, which would have been amazing. Ah, this is going to hurt. Well, actually, no. I mean, actually, that did hurt. That did take a lot of damage. Okay. Oh, but we get the attack boost. Okay, this is actually maybe not so bad. The snow stops now, which is kind of funny, but I think the Veil is still up. Oops, I didn't even check. Well, now the problem is if they're faster than me, but they're not going to be doing a lot of damage at all, though, because they got the special attack drop. Okay, this should be nice for me. Now, the scariest part is whoever their last Pokemon is. I mean, they might just go back into Dunsparce, which I would be fine with, because we could probably get a kill. If they do go to Dunsparce, I actually might Terrastalize. The scary thing is my Baxcalibur is really low. Low in HP, and it just lost some defense. So if they go into a Pokemon with a priority move, we're gonna hurt. Although they have Azumarill, and if they're oh, they also have Mimikyu. I was gonna say Azumarill with Aqua Jet, I resist that, so I'm probably gonna take it pretty well. Same with Mimikyu though. So actually, either of those two is not bad for me. They're thinking, which hopefully is a good sign. Hopefully it means that they're not liking what they have. They go back into the Dunsparce, which is just fine. I should pretty easily kill this. Unless they, like, go Terra Steel. With my luck, they're going to be Terra Steel, aren't they? At which point... I'm just going to go for it. Spear does as much damage as Scale Shot, but Scale Shot has a chance to miss. Ooh, that's actually not great damage. Oh, there we go. That's great damage. Okay, I wonder, without the crit, it's possible I might not have killed, but if their last Pokemon's Azumarill, I feel okay about. I mean, we also still have one turn of Aurora Veil, so as long as their last Pokemon's not like Meowscarada with Sucker Punch, like Choice Banded Meowscarada with Sucker Punch would be a worst case scenario. At least for Baxcalibur, it is Goldango. Okay. What do we do here? Who do we Terrastalize? I think I'm okay Terrastalizing Baxcalibur. I mean, well, actually, yeah, because we still have one turn of Veil. If they go Make It Rain here, which I think is pretty likely, that's great for us because we resist it. And we still have our special defense intact. We haven't lost any special defense. We only lost defense from going for Scale Shot. So I think this is pretty good for us. Worst case scenario is they Terrastalize into something that resists electric. Oh, they actually just go Shadow Ball. They're Choice Scarf. That's good to know. Okay, luckily we survived that. I was actually scared for a second. Yeah, so we just go Terra Blast here. We know that they're locked into Shadow Ball. Wow, that does not kill. And the Veil is gone. Okay. I mean, there's nothing else we can do about this. We just click Terra Blast again. They kill me. I think... I mean, the question is going to be, does Arch survive a Shadow Ball? And honestly, I'm not sure it does. So we have to go into Ninetales here. This is scary. We're going to lose to a Goldango. Is a Goldango going to sweep our entire team? That would really suck. I don't think I survive a Shadow Ball. If I miraculously survive a Shadow Ball and I don't get fully paralyzed, then we definitely win this game. I'm holding my breath. Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's perfect. And that's the downside of running a Choice Scarf Goldango is sometimes you just miss out on damage and you can't switch your moves. Although Goldango's a great Pokemon. Like, no matter which set you run, you're going to have pros and cons. So they're going to kill us here. We go into Arch. We take a tiny bit of damage from the Stealth Rock. And I mean, you know what? In all honesty, I'm not certain about this. I am not certain that I survived this. Here's the other thing, actually. They have not terastallized yet, so... Right? Have they? No, they haven't. I think Dark Pulse should still kill, because the common terastallite, or Terra types... Okay, it doesn't matter. Common Terra types are Water, Normal, maybe Fairy, maybe Flying, none of which are a problem for Dark Pulse. Perfect. Great, great, great. Yeah, that's why we have Dark Pulse on Archaludon, because otherwise we don't have moves to hit Goldango. Correct me if I could be wrong. Maybe they did Terastallize. I don't remember. They had Dunsparce. They had Rotom. Yeah, they didn't Terastallize. Interesting. Either way, that was a great one. I like how we navigated that one. Hey, it was looking pretty scary. I guess Ninetales is tanky enough from the special side to survive that Shadow Ball pretty nicely, and I was lucky that they were Choice Scarf and locked into it. Although if they weren't Choice Scarf, then I would have won anyway, because Baxcalibur would have been faster. But either way, that was a great battle there. Great number 2. Let's go to game number 3. Game number 3. Third Meowscarada in a row, and second game with Ursaluna, second game with Goldango, and to top it all off, my opponent has Dondozo and Dragonite. So this is just, my opponent just said they wanted to have as much fun as possible, and that's what their team consisted of. I do think I like Corviknight here, although as always, I'm not loving the lack of damage, but I do think I want to bring Corviknight, which means I'm going to have to make up for that with a lot more damage. I do wonder if I even want to bring Ninetales. The two most likely counter leads are going to be Dragapult and Meowscarada, who, depending on their sets, Ninetales might not mind so much. I just feel like if I lose Ninetales early and I have that Corviknight in the back that doesn't have a lot of damage, I'm not liking my odds at that point. They also have Dondozo, which I kind of hate. Annihilape. I like Annihilape against Dondozo, but they have so many ghost types. Sinistcha, same thing. Alright, and they have a lot of Pokemon that are super effective against Archaludon, so I'm just gonna try it like this. I might regret it. If I end up losing this battle, it could very well be because of the Pokemon that I picked right here. So we're gonna, if I do lose, you know, this could be a good study in team building, or team picking rather, because that is a skill, that's a part of the singles battling and even the doubles battling. You know, you have 6 Pokemon on your team, but then you only bring 3 in this case. They lead Dragonite, which I'm really surprised by. I was not expecting that. What do I do? Do I go Veil right off the bat, or do I Icy Wind? I'm gonna Icy Wind. Maybe that's a dumb play, but it should do a lot of damage to them and lower their speed, which could be useful if they Dragon Dance. I'm not really super afraid of extreme speed. Oh, they have Iron Head. Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so that was a mistake on my part, but at the same time, we can just go into Bax here and threaten the Dragonite, meaning they're probably gonna switch. I think I still fire off an Icicle Spear, though. I could also Terra. Their team is very weak to Ice. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna, this is a super, super reckless and risky play. I'm gonna go Terra Electric and fire off the Terra Blast right here. This could be the stupidest play of my career, and it's extremely aggressive at that. But if they go into, there are 2 Pokemon that are most likely to switch into an Ice move are Dondozo and I think Goldango. And either of those would take a lot of damage from a Terra Blast, and my opponent actually Terastallizes as well. As I clicked Terastallizing, I figured, or I had that thought in my mind that my opponent could very well Terastallize as well. This means they're probably not Choice Banded, though. Or maybe they were just expecting the Icicle Spear. They could be Choice Banded and go for Iron Head here. Maybe that's actually what's going to happen. And if they go Iron Head, I will resist it. And it doesn't matter. We just kill them. We get the crit, which could matter. But, you know, despite the fact that we didn't go for that Aurora Veil right off the bat, going for that Icy Wind paid off, because obviously we would not have killed the Dragonite if it hadn't taken that prior damage. So now we have this big Electric-type Baxcalibur, who actually has really good moves against all of my opponent's Pokemon. And the great thing is they can no longer Terastallize Dondozo, so if their Dondozo was Terra Grass, that's gone. And we've got the super effective Electric Terra Blast. So I like our position here. And again, in general, the fact that they've Terrastellized already is fantastic because whatever move we go for against their Pokemon, they can't escape it. And again, we have super effective moves for almost their entire team. So I really like our position here, but it's not over yet. They go into Goldango. They're probably going to go Shadow Ball. I definitely don't want to go into Corviknight here. All I can do at this point is just click Terra Blast again and just kind of see what happens. They might be Scarf. They're not Scarf. Okay, good to know. They could be bulky, which could be a problem. It looks like they are. Okay, Shadow Ball. Let's see how much this does. They might recover here. Oh my god. Alright, just like that, game over. Just like that, that is game over. No, there's no way we win at this point, unfortunately, because Corviknight doesn't have any moves to hit Goldango. Oh god. I mean, that did so much damage, maybe it didn't matter, because like, the next turn I was going to actually probably Dragon Dance. Although if they hit us low enough with the Shadow Ball, I might have just gone Terra Blast again and just hope for a crit or something, or hope for a high roll. But yeah, yeah. I wonder if that means that their choice specs. I mean, either way, they took less damage than the previous Goldango. Although I was at +1 in that previous battle. But yeah, my Corviknight. If you didn't see, this is my Corviknight's moveset. There is nothing I can do against a Goldango. I can't even taunt it. Even then, I'm slower than it. So unfortunately, this battle is over very, very quickly. But sometimes that happens. And let's talk about, because I was in a really good position after knocking out the Dragonite. I was in a great position, even though we kind of. I wouldn't say misplayed with the Ninetales, because again, I got some valuable damage on the Dragonite with the Icy Wind. So like, I feel like it's a trade-off. If I had gone Aurora Veil against Dragonite, we probably still die to the Iron Head, and then we get to go into Baxcalibur, who would take less damage, but then the Dragonite. I actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I do believe that the Icy Wind against the Dragonite turn 1 was actually better than Aurora Veil. So I actually think that was the correct play, going for Icy Wind, because then that allowed us to kill the Dragonite even through a Terra Normal, whereas that definitely would not have been the case if it had multi-skill intact. And then yeah, their Goldango just happened to get a critical hit. I think that's really funny. It's obviously unfortunate, and obviously there's some frustration there to losing that, but it's just hilarious that like things were looking really good for us, and then that Goldango just completely cleaned us out. So that happens sometimes, you know. Sometimes it happens and it's really, really frustrating. Sometimes it happens and you can't really do anything but laugh. But anyways, look at these beautiful graphics. Okay, sorry. Anyways, that was a fun one. I still like that team a lot. You know, definitely try out the team yourself. I think it's a good team. I mean, Ninetales is great. Archaludon's great. I did bring Baxcalibur in at least 2. Was it all 3 of the battles? I don't remember exactly, but I did bring Baxcalibur a lot, which I think Baxcalibur is a great Pokemon as well. It's pretty scary to go up against. But my team was no match for all the Meowscaradas and Goldangos and Ursalunas out there. But, you know, obviously those are great Pokemon. I like using them myself. I just try not to use them that often, because if I really wanted to, like, grind and do really well, you know, I could use those Pokemon all the time and they would do really well for me. But I have a lot of fun just using Pokemon that you don't see very often, hence the, you know, Sinistcha and stuff like that, and a lot of the previous videos I've done. But I do have, like, I have a lot of teams kind of in limbo. A lot of teams that I've built that I'm ready to kind of throw into some games, so hopefully I can build them in game pretty quickly and get off, you know, more interesting Pokemon. So anyways, I'm just rambling at this point. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please leave a like and please subscribe. Also, please comment. Let me know in the comments how everything's going for you, anything you're excited for. Are you playing TCG Pocket? Because I am, and it's actually fun. I at first, my impression of it was just like, oh, it's just opening packs. Like, the battling is not that deep. It's not that fun. And true, the battling is not super deep. There are a lot of games where it really comes down to, like, basically a coin flip or multiple coin flips for someone. But there are actually games where, you know, it takes a lot of thought, and I think it's pretty fun, even though there are 2 very clearly best decks, which are Mewtwo and Pikachu. But aside from that, it's been a fun experience. So let me know in the comments if you are enjoying TCG Pocket. It is free to play on the App Store. Of course, this is not an ad, but hey, maybe I'll play if enough people are interested. Maybe I'll play some TCG Pocket because I've been doing some battles every day, and my favorite deck at the moment is Weezing Arbok. It's a pretty decent anti-meta deck, but it's also pretty strong. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.